You can sign up for most subscriptions in about 10 seconds, but to cancel one can apparently take 23 screens, 32 clicks, a support chat, and possibly a blood sacrifice. And that is not a glitch, that's a business model. So here is every subscription trap explained. Trap 1, the free trial. The free trial is one of the oldest and most used still to this day. You see 30 days free and your brain goes, nice, free. But then immediately, please enter your card details. Which is weird because if it's free, why do they need your card? The answer is simple. They don't just want you to try the product. They want your card saved before you've decided if you care, because once your card is connected, the timer starts. You think to yourself, I'll cancel before it renews, and then life happens, you forget, and suddenly you're paying $14.99 a month for an app you open once. That's the trap. The trial is free, the forgetting is not. Trap 2, the pre-ticked box. Humans are shockingly easy to control with boxes. If a box is already pre-ticked, most people just leave it, because your brain goes, yeah, that's very important. Companies know this, so the option they want you to choose is already selected. The yearly plan, the expensive plan, the auto-renew option, the best value plan. It's bigger, brighter, and sitting there like it was chosen by a higher power. Meanwhile, the cheaper plan technically does exist, it's just hiding in the corner like it owes someone money. One international regulator sweep found that 81% of relevant auto-renew offers didn't let users turn off auto-renew during the purchase. So you could say yes to a subscription, but not yes to only 1 month. The system basically starts by assuming you're staying forever unless you escape, which is insane, but because it's just a tiny box, nobody notices. Trap 3, the auto-renew trap. Auto-renew sounds harmless, it even sounds helpful. No need to manually renew, very convenient, very smooth, very easy. And that's the problem, because auto-renew means the company doesn't need you to make another decision. You made one decision, and now that decision keeps charging you forever until you stop it, which sounds fine if you actually love the product, but a lot of subscriptions are not powered by love. They're powered by, I forgot this existed. That's the magic of auto-renew. It turns doing nothing into a payment. You don't click anything, you don't open the app, you don't use the service, you just exist, and then money leaves your account. Completely normal system, apparently. Trap 4, the invisible contract. This is when the deal looks simple until you try to leave. The page says $19.99 a month. Nice, clear and easy. Then somewhere in the tiny text is a detail like annual plan or early cancellation fee or cancel before this exact date or you're getting charged. That is the invisible contract. The big friendly price gets shown in giant text. The painful details get hidden in the basement. Take Adobe. According to an FTC complaint, Adobe allegedly showed annual plans using monthly prices, while the early cancellation fee was not clearly shown, so it looked monthly but acted yearly, which is like selling someone a kitten and then revealing it's actually a tiger with a payment plan. The trick is not always lying. Sometimes it's just making the important part boring, small, and easy to miss. And by the time you notice, you already clicked agree. Trap 5, the cancellation maze. Signing up is one button. Canceling is a spiritual journey. First you go to settings, then account, then billing, then manage plan, then subscription, then cancel, then confirm again, then they ask why, then they offer a discount, then they ask if you want to pause instead, then they ask, are you sure? Yes, that's why I clicked cancel. This is called friction. Friction just means effort. If something is easy, it has low friction. If something is annoying, it has high friction. Companies want sign up to have no friction, but they want cancellation to have just enough friction that you think, I'll just do this later. And later is where subscriptions survive, because most people don't decide to keep paying, they just don't finish cancelling. That's the difference. Trap 6, the retention offer. This is the trap where you try to leave and then suddenly the company becomes very generous. You click cancel and now they care about you deeply. They offer 10% off, then 30% off, then 3 months cheaper, then a pause button, then one final emotional guilt screen, which raises a very obvious question. If you could offer me this price the whole time, why was I paying the other price? This is the retention offer. It's designed to make you second guess leaving, and sometimes it works, because now cancelling feels like losing a deal. You came in to stop paying and somehow the website made you feel like you're missing out, which is honestly impressive. It's evil, but it's impressive. Trap 7, the retention specialist. Some companies don't just give you a screen, they give you a person, a retention specialist. This person's job is basically do not let them leave. So instead of clicking cancel, now you have to talk to somebody. You say, I'd like to cancel. Then they say, can I ask why? You say, I don't use it. They say, what if we made it cheaper? You say, no. They say, what if we made it even cheaper? And now you're not canceling, you're negotiating your freedom. SiriusXM allegedly trained agents to push multiple offers before accepting cancellations. Between 2019 and 2021, more than 578,000 cancellation calls were abandoned in queue. Over 500,000 people tried to cancel by phone and gave up, defeated by hold music. That is not customer loyalty, that is exhaustion. Trap 8, the phone call trap. This one is simple. You sign up online, but to cancel, call us, which should honestly be illegal by common sense alone, because if the internet was good enough to take your money, it should be good enough to stop taking it. But some companies know that phone calls are annoying. You have to find the number, wait on hold, listen to terrible music, explain yourself, reject offers, maybe get transferred, maybe get disconnected, maybe lose the will to continue. And that's the point. The phone call isn't there because it's useful. It's there because it's friction. A lot of people see call to cancel and immediately think, never mind, I'll do it later. And then later is where the money lives. Trap 9, the physical quest. Then there's the trap that escapes the internet entirely, the physical cancellation quest. According to the FTC, LA Fitness allegedly made some members cancel by printing a form, going to the gym during certain hours, finding the right manager, or mailing a request by certified mail, which is insane. You can join online, you can pay automatically, you can get charged without speaking to anyone, but to cancel, suddenly you need a printer, a form, a stamp, a manager, and possibly a map. You need to go to the gym to cancel the gym. That's not a cancellation process, that's a side quest. And if you had multiple memberships, separate forms, because apparently one piece of paper wasn't annoying enough. Trap 10, the 23 screen escape room. Okay, here's the final boss, Uber One. According to FTC allegations, some users trying to cancel Uber One were pushed through up to 23 screens and 32 separate actions. 23 screens to stop paying for something. At that point, you're not cancelling subscription, you're just playing a video game. Screen 1, are you sure? Screen 2, are you really sure? Screen 3, look at these benefits. Screen 4, what if you paused it instead? By screen 12, you're questioning your entire life. The FTC also alleged some users were delayed long enough that they were billed again while trying to cancel, which is ridiculous. You're trying to cancel a subscription and you get charged while trying to cancel. Like, imagine trying to leave a parking garage, but the exit takes so long that the machine charges you again. That's basically the vibe. Amazon also reportedly had a cancellation flow internally nicknamed Iliad, as in the Iliad, the ancient Greek war story, which is not what you want your cancel button to be compared to. A cancel button should not feel like ancient warfare, it should just cancel. The uncomfortable truth is, subscription traps don't need you to be stupid, they just need you to be busy, or tired, or distracted, or mildly annoyed. Most people don't think, I want to pay for this forever. They think, I'll cancel later. That one sentence is worth a lot of money, because later becomes next week becomes next month, and now you've paid 6 times for something you barely use. Researchers have found passive renewal can make way more money than systems where people actively choose to renew every month. In some cases up to 3 times more. Not because the product is better, because doing nothing is easy. And cancelling is annoying. That's the whole machine. Sign up is smooth, leaving is engineered. The simple rule here is, before entering your card anywhere, ask 3 questions. What does this actually cost? When does it renew? How do I cancel? If you can answer all 3 in 5 seconds, probably fine. If the answers are hidden, vague, tiny, grayed out, buried in menus, and weirdly hard to find, just close the tab, because if the exit is hard to find before you pay, it is definitely worse afterwards.